literally just heard my very first ever Tekashi 6ix9ine song. And I've got a confession to make, folks. I liked it. And if you think that was for real, folks, I've got some lakefront property in Idaho I'd like to sell you. Do they actually have lakes in Idaho? I'm not. Folks, today we're not going to do what we've been doing as of late. We're going to leave Little to None 69 alone. That's not at all what today is about. And you know, I want to thank each and every one of you who has been rocking with the videos and enjoying them. And to those who haven't been, I apologize to you. I've been reading the comments. I've been keeping up with what you guys have been saying. Some of you guys have been rocking with them. Others not so much. Like this guy right here who says, "Why you clowning on my people, homie? Yet you over here helping sorry ass tweakers, GTFOH." Obviously, whoever left this comment, they were definitely butthurt. I do apologize. Look, I understand there are some definite fans of this guy. You know, if it makes you feel any better, tell you what we'll do. We'll fly you out here and we will tattoo a portrait of this guy on you for free. No, I'm totally kidding. We would never do that. But this other individual by the name of Pat L said, "So many butthurt fanboys in the comments." Yeah, like the guy that I just mentioned. "You should make 10 more Tekashi videos just to piss him off." Thank you, Pat, for the support. Don't get me wrong. We definitely could make at least 10 more videos. But we're not going to do that. Today, we're going to move on entirely, and I want to tell you guys a story today. And trust and believe me when I tell you this story I'm about to share with you, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that this is entertaining. Now, something I didn't get a chance to mention was just how chaotic yesterday really was for us here at After Prison Show. For those of you who don't know, yesterday was day one of another business that we have just started becoming operational. We've got a cleaning service. After Prison Show Cleaning. Clean as a... cleaner than a But again, yesterday we just started a cleaning company. That's not the name of the cleaning company either, by the way. I can't really put it out there what the name of it is. But this is something else that we're doing on the side. You know, my hope is to turn After Prison Show into an empire, where not only do we do the videos here, but we've got different companies where these companies are able to put people to work who are coming home from prison. Hence this first company that we've just started, the cleaning service. And you know, yesterday Forbes just released a list of the top 10 earning YouTubers of 2018. And do y'all know that number one was a 7-year-old kid with a toy channel making $22 million a year? This kid can't even drive yet and he probably got a Bugatti. So you know, with the fact that we just started this business, it became operational yesterday, and with Forbes releasing this article that they did about these top 10 top grossing YouTubers, oh boy, it made me sick. But with this article just getting released, it was like the stars were aligning, the signs were there, I was supposed to see this. Because, you know, we got to do bigger and better things with the After Prison Show. It's not just all about sitting in front of this camera and trying to make you guys laugh or entertain y'all. We got to do good things in the community. We got to put out that positive juju, that positive chi. And, you know, having a business that can help folks is most certainly one way that we're trying to do that. And it's the story that I want to share with you guys that pertains to us just starting this business yesterday. Now, you might ask yourself, Joe, what does this story about starting a business have anything to do with prison? Well, I do have an answer to that question that probably nobody would. Look, you know, when you're locked up and you're thinking about what you're going to do when you come home, I'm going to go home, I'm going to start me a prison-related YouTube channel, and I'm going to be famous. I'm going to do better than that 7-year-old kid with that toy channel who making $22 million a year. He got a Bugatti, he's not even 60, he ain't even got a license yet. What a 7-year-old doing with $22 million? But when you're locked up, you're going to have all sorts of ideas about what you want to come home and do. And one big idea that a lot of different prisoners are going to have is coming home and starting their own business. Why am I going to go home and work for somebody else when I can start my own business, doing my own thing, being my own boss? And because this channel is called After Prison Show, after prison, starting a business after prison, you know, I truly feel like this is a good story to share. Folks, yesterday was the day that we started our business. Yesterday was day number one, numero uno, of the After Prison Show cleaning service. And with yesterday being day number one, you could automatically imagine that anytime you're starting a new business, it's probably not going to go very smoothly on the first day. Luckily for us, we really didn't have too many hiccups with it. However, there were two things that I would come to realize we definitely needed being day number one of us starting our business. Number one being, we needed a phone. We needed a phone number for the company. I mean, how are we going to get any work if nobody can call us? You know, that might actually be one of the first things that you think about. You need to get a license, you need to get insurance, all of which we have. But the third thing would probably be, you need a phone number so people can call you. I don't know how we forgot that. So one thing that we would definitely have to do yesterday was go get us a phone number. A bona fide prisoner hotline cleaning service number. And we would actually end up getting a burner phone for that phone number. The second thing that I would realize we needed was like receipt books, invoice books, notebooks, and also some sort of a day planner to be able to keep up with the work that we were doing, work that we had coming up, scheduled work, leads, people we needed to contact, follow-ups, touch-ups. I felt like we needed us some books so that we would be able to keep tabs on everything that we were doing. And it's the story that I want to share with you that pertains to these books that we would need. Forget the burner phone. There was nothing interesting that happened with that. We went into Best Buy, we got the burner phone, bada bing, bada boom. Boom! All of a sudden, we got a phone number. Hey, what's going on? After Prison Show Cleaning Service. How the f can I help you today? But again, it was going to get these books, these notebooks, these day planners, these receipt books, and this invoice book where this story would actually spawn from. A trip to none other than OfficeMax. Now, really, I don't honestly know why it is, but it oftentimes seems that anytime I go out in public, not every time, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't happen every time, but it probably happens something like 90% of the time that I go out into public, I usually come back home with some kind of a crazy story to tell y'all. And I promise y'all, this trip to OfficeMax to get these receipts, invoices, notebooks, and day planners. Oh, it's a hell of a story. It's a real doozy. It was yesterday when this story would take place, on a Monday, at about 11:30 in the morning. We had just shortly there before wrapped up the Bobo at about 10:30 in the morning. I had went and touched base with the people who were working at the cleaning company, making sure things were getting started off smoothly, realizing that we needed a phone number for people to be able to get in contact with us, and also realizing that we were going to need some books to be able to keep up the books as well. And again, it would be about 11:30 when Cody and I were walking into OfficeMax. An exceptionally beautiful day, extraordinarily warm for it being the month of December. We walked into OfficeMax. I had my collared dress shirt on, so I was feeling professional. I had just started a business. I was feeling extremely professional, and we were in this store looking for things that we could write things down on. Probably could have tried to word that a little better. But we're walking through OfficeMax not having any idea where we're going when all of a sudden this nice young woman walks up to us, a sales associate. She walks up to us asking, "Excuse me, can I help you find something?" Now, folks, I've told stories before about going into stores and having sales associates walk up to me asking the same exact question and how I felt in those moments. Feeling like the only reason why they're coming up to me is because they probably think that I'm in the store attempting to steal something. But then again, that's probably just the paranoid nature of an individual who spent most of his adult life locked up and probably deals with all sorts of crazy mental issues like PTSD, social anxiety, depression, fear of the public, and probably all sorts of other ones as well. And usually in situations just like this, I'm taken aback a little. Why are you coming up to me asking if you can help me? You think I'm in here trying to steal something? I just looked this way. I got some money in my pocket. $70 for a shirt. Are you out your mind? I'm going to Walmart. Y'all trying to rob people. Y'all think I'm the one in here stealing. The prices on your merchandise in here is theft, extortion. Usually I don't respond to those type of situations all that well, but yesterday was a totally different day. Again, I just started this business that I've told you about 20 times already. So I was feeling exceptionally, especially professional. So when this nice, kind young woman walked up to us asking if she could help us, she absolutely could. And I responded to her saying, "Yes, ma'am, most certainly you could help us. I'm a professional today. I've just started a business that I didn't even have a phone number for until 5 minutes ago. You absolutely can help us. We're in here looking for a receipt book, an invoice book, notebooks, and a day planner." Pretty sure a day planner is pretty important anytime that you got you a business. This kind woman would immediately follow up. I mean, she was with it. She would, right then and there, she had her response. Of course I can help you guys find that. You're in the wrong section. You're over here by the ink cartridges for the computers that don't have those security scanner barcode thingies in them. We got to go to the back of the store. That's where the notebook and the paper and the parcel type of stuff is. You're in the wrong section. What are you doing over here anyways? We follow this kind woman to the back of the store. We find exactly what we need. It didn't take us 5 minutes to do so. The longest part of this entire endeavor thus far has been the walk from those ink cartridges for the computers that don't have those security barcode scanner things that alert when you walk through the door with them when you're trying, to the back of the store where the paper was at. We found exactly what we were looking for thanks to this nice, kind young woman. And from there, we grabbed what we needed and began to work our way to the front of the store. Now again, mind you, it's Monday. It's about 11:30 in the morning. I could have never imagined to see what I would when we got to the front of this OfficeMax on this beautiful sunny day just a little bit too warm for December. Folks, when we got to the front of this OfficeMax, would you believe me if I told you that there was an exceptionally long line in this place? I'm thinking to myself as we're walking up to these cash registers, and mind you, it's almost Christmas time. So at this point in most stores, you can't just walk right up to the cash registers. You can't just go get in the line in aisle number 5 and think that you're gonna walk straight through that line right to that cash register. Not during December, you're not. See, stores are smart. They're business owners as well. They're strategic. And in the month of December, they set up what I like to refer to as the cluster maze inside of most department stores, where you've got to zigzag back and forth 3 or 4 different times, passing all sorts of items that you're going to look at 3 or 4 times more than you would ever look at any other time in the store. Why do I keep seeing packs of Skittles in here? I just made 2 Tekashi 69 videos. Is this trying to tell me something? Skittles packs, Tekashi, Skittles. We're standing inside of this corn maze of a line inside of OfficeMax, and because of the fact that it's a Monday and it's only 11:30 in the morning, there's only one cash register open. It's not like I've got anything better to do. It's not like I've got a business that I've just started and I've got to go drop this burner phone off for my manager and drop these notebooks off as well. Jump into this chair. What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about a little Tekken. It's not like I've got anything better to do. I'm okay with standing in this line all day long. Whew, I am sweating. Boy, I got some water in here. Whew. Goes hot. Folks, we're standing in the line. The line is moving so slow. It seems like there's nothing but old women in front of me. Every single one of them has one single Sharpie marker in their hand, and the cashier has to ask each individual woman, did you find everything okay? And each individual woman must come back in response saying no. You see, sir, all I was able to find was this one individual Sharpie marker. I couldn't find any ink cartridges for my computer. They looked like they'd all been stolen. But thankfully, the same young woman who helped us find what we were looking for, she would actually walk up to the front and open up another register right beside the one that was open. Cody and I would finally make our way up to pay for everything. Ironically, we would end up at that register with this nice young woman who helped us find what we needed. And right then and there, she began to ring us up, asking me, sir, do you have a preferred choice checking personal account with OfficeMax? No, I don't. I do most of my shopping on Amazon. Would you like to open one up? It would only take about 10 minutes. We just need your email, your personal mail, your phone number, your social security, your date of birth, 3 references, your home address, your business address. We need 2 more references for those 3 references, an employer, a past employer, a future employer. You're gonna need a Pulitzer Prize, you're gonna need an Emmy Award, a Grammy, and a Billboard Top Music Award, probably like Tekashi 69 has received. The name of your mother, your father, your brother. I'm good. I'm good. The nice, kind young woman continues to ring us up. First starting with the receipt book. Tick, tick. Then the notebooks. Tick, tick. Then the invoices. Tick, tick. And last and finally, the day planner. There's another barcode on the other side. This one will probably work. You know, the day planner was the thing that I needed the most. I felt that was probably the most important thing, and for whatever reason, it wouldn't ring up. Mind you, as we're standing here waiting for her to ring this up, we've got a bunch of old women behind us. They're ready to check out. They've all got their one single Sharpie marker in their hand, and they're probably looking at me just as I would be looking at myself had I been standing behind myself as well. Like, I can't believe it! It's Monday at 11:30, it's beautiful outside, and this guy right here is gonna need a price check. I mean, I could see him. I'm looking back at these old women, I could see them mumbling underneath their breath. Could have bought that on Amazon. Like, what are you thinking, man? This idiot right here is gonna need a price check. This stupid. Merry Christmas to you as well, sir. Happy holidays. Folks, at this point, I'm beginning to get into a bit of a cold sweat. A little bit of a panic is creeping in. I don't know if I'm about to get jumped by these old women. They all got one single Sharpie marker in their hands that they could use as a weapon. I don't like being uncomfortable. And in this situation, I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm also getting impatient as well. But again, the nice, kind young woman behind the register, she tries to reassure Cody and I. She says, sir, this is only gonna take a second. It's only gonna take a minute. I'm actually okay. I don't even need it. I don't need it. I could go home and order all of this from Amazon. It'd probably be here in an hour. They'll probably shoot it to me through a potato gun. There's the day planner right there. Boy, you can't mess with Amazon. They got 1-day delivery. They got same-day, 2-hour delivery. You can get your groceries through there. The cashier tries to reassure me and I try to buy into it. Now, mind you, at the same time that she's trying to ring this thing up, there's 2 or 3 different barcodes on this. She's trying the first one, the second one, the third one. She's standing on her head with this thing. At the same time she's trying to ring this up, folks, there is an interesting other sales associate making his way to the front of the store. And this person is a guy, young fella. And he's toting a little buggy and he's got like a desk and a chair on this buggy and he's walking his way right past our nice, young, kind cashier who turns to this fella and says, "Hey, Paul, can you come help me scan this?" Now, folks, I really want to explain to you Paul. Paul was his name. It was right there on his name tag. Paul from OfficeMax. I really want to give you a description to describe so I can paint the picture in your head of who Paul actually was. Paul was a young fella. Probably early 20s. But Paul, for the love of God, probably almost as tall as me. This guy probably weighed close to 400 pounds. 350 at the very least. Paul was a big fella. Big young boy. Paul looked like he had spent his entire adolescent years with 4 bags of Doritos on the couch playing Fortnite. Bars. I'm not talking about SoundCloud ones neither. I'm talking about Hershey ones. Paul was a fat kid. He was. I pay attention to everything. Anywhere that I'm at, I try to pay attention. So the descriptions are very easy for me to describe. You know, not only was Paul a big fella, but his shoes, they also spoke to me. In fact, they screamed at me. You see, have you ever seen somebody who's so big that their shoes are actually leaning outwards? Like the soles of their shoes are completely blown out. The sides of their shoes are kind of like capsizing over the soles. Have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, it almost looks like those shoes are screaming at you, "Help me! Help! Help me!" Paul was a big one. Sure was. And you know, I guess the best way that I could really describe this fella, I could say that he was big, he was fat, he was large. You know, I know those are just very generic ways. I want to really give you guys the best descriptive terminology I could use to describe Paul. Big P, Paulie D, Big Pun. Paul looked like the grown-up version of that kid from Bad or Santa. That's exactly who he looked like. And I know some of you are probably sitting here thinking to yourself, Joe, you can't talk about people like this. It's 2018. You can't say these type of things. These are mean. They're hurtful. I'm not saying these to be any of those. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to make fun of this dude, though I imagine the way I'm describing this guy is funny. Folks, I also, too, am fat. I've got the dad bod, the fat dad. I'm completely out of shape. I'm no one to talk about anyone's physical appearance, and I only do so to describe to you guys, to paint the picture in your head of what this guy looks like. And trust and believe me, if you think that I've bodied this dude with this description, boy, I'm about to bring this dude back. We're about to put the defibrillator on his chest right now. Clear! Paul's back! Because no matter what this dude physically looked like, you could not help but to feel. I mean, it wasn't even something that you saw. You felt it. When Paul came up there toting that buggy, you didn't see, you felt it. And I'm talking about his mannerism. I'm talking about his persona, his swagger. Paul had the demeanor of Arnold Schwarzenegger walking up there. "What's up, baby girl? You need some help up here? Hey, you good? These 2 guys bothering you? What are they doing with that day planner?" Paul, swag game on 1,000. Boy, Paul was stunting in there with his shoes doing the lean with it rock. His shoes was doing the Dougie. His shoe was doing the stinky leg. His shoes looked like 2 blown out tires on the interstate when you're waiting for AAA. Boy, no. Paul will fly though. You couldn't tell Paul nothing. Grease stains on his shirt, ink stain on his pen protector in his pocket. "Hey girl, you having some trouble ringing that up?" "Yeah, Paul, look, I don't know what it is. There's 3 barcodes on this and this thing, hey, shh. Big P's here. I got you." There goes that buggy he was pushing. That buggy probably weighed every bit of 200 pounds. Paul pushed that thing like it was a piece of paper across the floor. And let P take care of it. "I got you. I got you, little mom." I had no idea what Big Papa was about to do. But I knew that he was here to save the day. That day planner was going to get scanned one way or another. P was here to save the day. Paul whipped out that phone cooler than I ever seen anybody whip out. I had no idea what he was about. I thought he was about to look it up on the OfficeMax website. That's honestly what I thought he was about to do. But Paul whipped that joint up, opened his phone up, and hit that app. I don't know what that app is called, the barcode reader app. Is it like a QDR, some kind of Q reader thing? He pulled up that app right there and he went. Held that joint like Takashi holding one of them big ass guns. To the side, leaning with it, like them shoes. Blick up. "Big P, I got you." Oh. It ain't. You said there's another barcode? You said there's another one? There's another one, ain't there? There's another barcode. This is going to be one of those videos that I don't even watch after it's done because I know it's going to be something. I can only imagine the cringe. The girl flipped it over. Paul hit that QDR scan, that barcode scanner thing. Flick up. Joint didn't read again. Not at all. Same message pulled up. Opened the book up. Blick up. Nope. No good neither. Then the girl pulled out her phone. Blick up. Blick up. Blick up. Blick. We spent about 5 of the longest minutes of my life, Cody and I did, watching these two go bar for bar or blick up for blick up, scanning all 3 of these barcodes. Meanwhile, these old ladies behind me, they're inching closer to me. I feel like I got a Sharpie marker in the back of my neck. They're thinking to them, I know they whispering under their breath, boy, if you don't just take that thing and tell them you don't want, I swear, boy, I catch you in that park, I will stab you in the neck with this. Merry Christmas, young man. Oh my, thank you. I knew I should have ordered all of this stuff off of Amazon. Mind you, this sales chick told us this was only going to take a second. It is taking longer than a second. Again, the longest 5 minutes of my life. Blick up for blick up, going back and forth with these barcode scanner apps. The thing is not reading. Paul, you can't tell Paul nothing. The same message keep coming up on his phone. I'm looking at his phone. This item is not found. Stop scanning the same item. Item not found. 5 minutes later, after about 400 blick ups. Blick up, not item found. Item not found. No good item. After about 400 blick ups, Paul finally looks up at me. The look of Patrick Swayze, the demeanor is gone. Wiped completely off of his face like a chalkboard. And replaced instead from that coolest guy, the GQ cover, Paul from OfficeMax. Replaced instead with a look of utter amazement and possibly shock. And he says to me, where did you get this item? I don't know which I should tell you first. I guess I'll just tell you what I said immediately when Paul looked at me with this shock and amazement. Where did you find it? I don't even want it. I do not want it. I can order it on Amazon. It'll be here in 2 hours. Why did I waste 5 minutes of my life and 400 blick ups? That's what I said. However, it wasn't until this morning, hindsight being 20/20, that cliche thing that I say quite often, that I realized looking back on this situation that maybe Paul was thinking, and this might be a little bit of a stretch, but who knows? Maybe Paul was thinking, again, that look of shock and amazement, maybe he was thinking, where did you find this item? Maybe he was thinking that Cody and I grabbed this day planner from somewhere else. We walked into OfficeMax, cameras rolling. Folks, let me tell you what we're getting ready to do. We just grabbed this day planner from Target. And we're in OfficeMax. You can see OfficeMax. You see the ink cartridges right back there? Look, we're in OfficeMax right now with the day planner from Target, and we're gonna go up to the cash register and get them to try to break it up. It's not gonna be in their system. We're at the cash register now. Can I get this item? I can actually see somebody doing that and turning that into a video on YouTube that makes the trending page. For the love of God, we've got 7-year-olds on this platform making $22 million a year, driving Bugattis in a high chair. So there you go. Just gave you a video right there, guaranteed to probably make the trending page. Trying to buy items in OfficeMax that they don't sell. Folks, we would leave from OfficeMax 40 minutes later. It's only going to take a second. We would have a receipt book, notebooks, invoices, but we would be day planner less. We would be without a day planner. But even without that, yesterday still went well for the first day of our cleaning company. And that was a crazy story that I wanted to share with you from yesterday. And in closing, let me say this as well. Situations like this, they may seem like trivial, they may seem like minute, they may not seem like much, but damn, I love to tell them in a very entertaining and energetic way. And you could imagine with the type of guy that I am, I can get kind of high strung. I'll admit that. I can get kind of bent out of shape, lines, waiting, people coming up to me asking if they can help me when I feel like they think that I'm stealing. There's no real reason why I'm standing in this ink cartridge section for the computers without the security barcode. I've got a little bit of a tendency to fly off the handle at times. I do. And you would probably imagine that in a situation like this, this was a recipe for that exact thing to happen. But folks, you might be surprised to hear that wasn't how I would respond. In fact, what I would end up doing on my way out was telling the nice young woman and Big P, Big Pun, said, boy, I tell you, y'all just gave me an absolutely fantastic story that I could tell. So thank you. And yes, you do actually sell this item. It's all the way in the back of the store, past the ink cartridges for the computers. You guys might want to get some security tabs on those things. Just a suggestion. Merry Christmas. And to you old ladies, and thank you for your patience. Hey, look, that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about it, and also what you thought about old Big Paulie D from OfficeMax. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!